nice.
Yeah. That's faster than I would have liked. Not like you, Louise. Oh yeah, too fast. You're too near there. Don't like it, don't like it. Nice and slow considering. Creep, creep, creep.
So still just keep communicating with me, even if it's alright, it's feeling okay.
This is fine. This is still fine. This is still fine. Because you're negotiating round bends and vehicles and people. This feels too slow because you're going to confuse that man.
Well done. I like that you've given me a reason justifying why it's too slow.
Still too slow. It feels like you're looking for a parking space.
You were disadvantaged with that, as you said. So what problems am I going to cause by doing that?
People behind will think you're looking for a parking space and then overtake you.
Who else might see my inappropriate speed as being a signal to them to do something?
Oh, pedestrians to cross.
Anyone else?
And I suppose if other cars feel like you're looking for a space, they might get out of theirs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feels too fast coming up to the sharp left-hand turn.
So now I've got that speed and approach to things as well.
Yeah. This feels nice. I'd like you to slow down a little bit sooner before we approach the parked cars and oncoming vehicles.
So when I just have maybe even just 2 or 3 miles an hour faster than you feel, because it's probably not that much faster, just literally 2 or 3 miles an hour more.
And slowing down just 2 seconds later than I would like.
Why does it cause the unease? Why is it making you feel uncomfortable?
Well, are you going to do it?
Okay.
Are you going to slow down?
So,
I know that you are.
Is it pupil?
No. Not necessarily.
No. Absolutely not.
If they're not showing me signs that they're going to, they're probably not.
Absolutely.
This feels too fast.
So if you've got a pupil who is not doing what you want them to do, that is absolutely the sign they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So your statement there about it's giving you the feeling that you just don't know whether they're going to do it or not.
Yeah.
The answer is they're not, because they would be doing it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, Joe, I think that as instructors we think about it in terms of slowing down and using the brake. The thing that I'm not doing is not coming off the gas. That's what you're feeling.
Oh, okay.
So it's not my use of my brake.
Yeah.
It's the not coming off just up here, the two differences.
We're only doing 35, and yet compared to driving around town, this feels really fast. In a 40.
So I'm going to come to a roundabout, and at the roundabout I'm going to take the first exit left, and I'm going to demonstrate coming off the gas, and you feeling that difference is, and how long I come off the gas before I touch a brake.
Yeah.
So I'm off the gas now.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it feel like I'm anticipating.
And you're in control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You still haven't touched a brake.
No.
And in fact, you could suggest that you should be able to drive quite a long way without touching a brake.
Yeah.
So when you said it just felt too fast,
Yeah.
that's what you
It's the not coming off
the gas.
Yeah.
And you'll hear lots of instructors saying, you probably hear it yourself saying, brake. It's not brake. What you've neglected to say is the previous 15 seconds off gas.
Yeah.
Because that's the
Let
thing
the car
that's
slow
going to
itself
make the
down.
biggest difference. Absolutely.
And like you say, that proves to me that they can see that there's a roundabout coming.
And I think that was the point to my question about what is making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Is the fact that they are not showing you any evidence that they have seen. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So yes, you want some evidence that they're going to stop, but they're only going to stop or slow down if they've seen it.
Yeah.
And so what the feeling is you haven't seen it, and that's what you're picking up on, is that they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So for example, if I continued along here, you'd be thinking they haven't seen it.
They haven't seen that
Now,
many
if I haven't
roundabouts.
seen it, of course I'm not going to slow down for it.
No.
So it's almost like making the whole "are they going to slow down" question
Yeah.
redundant, because of course they're not going to if they haven't seen it. If they have seen it, they should be reacting to it. So it's a reaction to what they are seeing. Yeah. So again, just continue to tune in.
This feels slow, approaching a green traffic light. And it's stopped. It's gone up anyway. This feels fast. Stopping, just not stopping.
Yet it was 6 miles an hour, so it wasn't fast.
No.
But it felt fast.
Too fast for the situation.
And that's exactly what we're now going to demonstrate, is that how much is a speed choice related to a speed limit? So what is speeding? What's the definition of speeding?
We're going too fast for the situation. I wouldn't get told off by the police for that.
No.
So it's going
be an
faster than
offence.
30 at the moment.
So we're in a 30.
Yeah.
How does this feel?
Feels too fast because the lady's crossing.
Yeah, it's not an offence, it's not a speeding offence.
No.
So the difference between speeding and inappropriate speed is a conversation that you may well end up having with pupils when you're talking about speed choices.
Yeah.
Now I think that we've covered this slightly before when we were doing part 2. We were looking at making progress.
Yeah.
See whether you remember. So in terms of your speed now, are you happy with this?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. However, who are you aware of?
These children. There's a school sign coming up.
Okay.
Flashing, you know.
Where the guy behind?
Oh. Look at them. It's quite close.
Yeah, and in fact I'd say he's closer than the white car was that you were concerned about earlier on in the lesson. Yeah, he hadn't been consideration to you. So
I hadn't even noticed it.
and this is where you're going to start putting the pieces of the jigsaw together. Because actually, I was doing 30 miles an hour at 30.
Yeah.
You were thinking that was appropriate. Was 30 miles an hour at a 30 appropriate with somebody tailgating? Possibly not.
Well, you could. What you suggest? Well, you could go faster.
I couldn't go faster, but if I am progressing at this kind of speed towards the hazards, and you pointed out some hazards.
Yeah.
What if this guy suddenly doesn't turn right and I'm doing 30
Yeah.
and the guy behind's tailgating?
Yeah.
That maybe with the guy tailgating, that should be one of the factors I'm taking into account when I have chosen my speed.
Okay.
And actually, this is where I was saying about it kind of linking into what we were saying about making progress.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about pupils who are demonstrating that their only thing they're considering is the speed limit.
Yeah.
Can you remember what clues you get about that? What clues you get that the pupil is only taking into account?
Oh, because they're dead on 30 or 40 or yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll demonstrate that now. In terms of what that feels like.
So we're doing 40 and a 40.
And what clues are you getting that possibly the only factor I'm taking into account is the speed limit when I've chosen my speed?
The fact that you're sticking at 40,
Any other factors?
even though it's a bendy road, I would be coming off the gas here.
Okay. Now tune into me.
Oh, okay. You're constantly looking down.
In fact, I'd say I'm paying more attention
Yeah.
to my little needle on my speedo
Yeah.
than I am to anybody else around me.
Yeah.
That's where you needed to tune into a pupil.
Yeah.
So your thoughts about the guy behind?
Still very close.
So from a speed point of view, as I'm now coming into this bend with him being that close,
Yeah.
would 40 miles an hour or even 39 miles an hour be appropriate?
No.
No. So this is where your ability to be able to suss out the people around you, suss out your road situation, suss out your people, now has to all come together to make that instructive feeling about whether what is going on inside our car is appropriate.
Yeah.
So we'll just do a little drive where you just tune into that compared to what's going on around us.
Still very fast around this bend.
I'm going to throw in another fault now and see whether you can pick it up.
God. I didn't like that.
So what were my faults?
You indicated way too late and made no effort to come off the gas.
Absolutely.
Even though it wasn't a steep turn in the road. It wasn't a steep junction. Not steep. Severe.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah.
This is still too fast. I don't like it.
If
And
I'd
actually,
been
you're only doing 36.
If I'd been doing 24 miles an hour following a cyclist,
Yeah.
would the timing of my signal have been too late then?
You would have been going slower, so you would have been further back. It would have taken you longer to get to the junction, but that would have still been very close. And also the vehicles that were waiting to come out, you didn't give them a lot of warning.
And my biggest danger, as we have been
Oh my God, is
realising
he
from the
him
yeah, so
following us?
the implications of a late signal is even more significant
Yeah.
when I've got somebody right close behind me.
Yeah. Thing is, I know all this.
I know you know all this, but this is now different, Joe, because what you're doing is you're putting everything that you know into your instructor toolbox.
Yeah.
Not your driver toolbox, but your instructor toolbox. And
Yeah.
this is what this session is about. It's about making you think completely differently.
Yeah.
Not do different things. Not know different things.
Can you slow down, please?
Feeling it?
Yes. The car behind's probably thinking, I'm going to follow this learner car. Because the instructor's shocking. Oh, you're too close to that van. I would like to be a little bit further
Really?
back. Yeah. I think I'd like to see what's going on around it.
What kind of distance would you have liked me to have been at then? What?
Oh, maybe a little bit further back. Just so.
Was I too close, or is it just a feeling that you?
No, and in my old life, I used to park nearer than that in a. But you've bashed that out of me. Well, I wouldn't have stopped anyway. I would have creeped. Perhaps that's why it felt close.
Possibly. And the reason why I couldn't creep?
Because we left it too late.
You've got it. You've got it. And this is where we say that a fault very rarely starts in the car. It manifests itself out there.
Yeah.
And then snowballs
Yeah.
into other things.
Yeah.
So this cascade of faults begins to happen. Because very rarely one fault happens. There'll be 2 or 3 things that have all led up to something happening.
That felt better through there.
I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
So again, tuning in.
Too fast to go around we're on the wrong side of the road, around a blind bend. Ooh, people in the road, too fast, going past people in the road. And they had their back towards us. Very close to these bushes, those spiky ones. Too late. It's all too late. It's all too late.
It's exactly what I just wanted you to have the feel of. It's just
Frightening me. Thank
too
you.
late. I'm just really going to exaggerate that instructor alarm bell in you.
Yeah.
So that there is absolutely no way you can ignore it.
Yeah. You're going to stop at the stoplight. Oh, you did stop further. So I assumed there that those 2 ladies of very similar age
Was together.
were together, and yet one was indicating on their bikes, one was indicating left, and the other wasn't. And I thought, oh, she's turning.
I think.
Oh yes, now I think that she belongs to him. Yeah, look, they've caught up.
Who else do you think, if you can remember the situation, who else do you think made that assumption?
I don't know.
You see the Tesco's lorry and
No.
his overtake?
Oh, I did
He
see
went to
something overtake
the
it.
cyclists.
Yeah,
Because I think he presumed the lady was turning off.
yeah,
And was somewhat surprised when she didn't.
and she didn't. Oh, it's quite faffy, isn't it? It's a bit more how I like it though. I'd rather have it like this.
What problems are we causing?
the people behind don't like it. I like it, but the people behind don't. He's hanging right back now. He's letting you get on with it. He doesn't trust you.
The behaviour that I was doing, what adverse effect might it have? Or could he do?
He'd be cross and overtake as well.
And overtake, yeah. So potentially, the dangers of me doing what I did would be the opposite of what he did. He hung back, but actually, I'd be more inclined to think about him potentially
raging.
Going for an overtake. Okay, let's do a bit of a camera check in a moment. In fact, will you do that now?
I'm concentrating.
Yes, it's still okie.
It's still red. Weird, I notice them and then I think, I'll say, my brain doesn't sort of engage quick enough.
But I think that that's really important again for you to have a bit of empathy with your learners, because your learners will see and won't necessarily react. So they'll say, I did see them, I don't know why I didn't do something about it.
Yeah. Slowing down, off the gas,
Well done.
Because you're going to have to negotiate round them. Now they've heard you. I think as a learner, that was quite close to the bend to be on the wrong side of the road. And so obviously,
would you be expecting me to at some point overtake?
Yes. What, these?
Yeah,
or
so
them?
Now in this situation.
No. Oh, I hope not.
No? Now?
No, hope not.
Now?
No. Because there's a bike on that side.
Now?
No.
Why not?
She's not aware of you.
And what did she just do?
Went in, came back out.
What's her head do? So the first thing before she